Good morning, Anita. Here's your machine, the Breville Barista Express BES860 in silver. As you saw in the photos, it's in very good condition, apart from light scratches here and a blemish here. Just a little bit of dark spot here, but honestly, it's very good, especially for the age. I've given that full service, clean up, check up, absolutely no issues. It's fantastic and it's been used very well. I've just turned it on to make a coffee on it for the video. So beans in, water in, and when you turn it on, it'll take about a minute to turn on. It's already up to temperature, so there's no need to wait. I like to begin my session with a blank shot, so just putting the handle on, no coffee, just hot water, running hot water to heat up the system a little bit, to heat up my handle, and also heat up my cup. And if there's any dirt, this will clean it up as well, so it's a good step to do. The accessories that come with your machine: a milk jug, scoop, and the filter baskets, and obviously the tamper. And I think there's a few more accessories in the drip tray. I just have to check. I think it's some cleaning tools or something. There we go. I'm gonna put this on the side. It'll stay hot for now. So after you do the shots, don't take out the drip tray immediately. The machine's still discharging hot water into the drip tray. So I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit. You can hear it discharging. Yep, so some cleaning tablets, cleaning disc, and the milk frother. You don't really need to use the milk frother, it's just there if you need some help with making cappuccino froth for the milk, but with the correct technique you can use it as is. Okay, so after the blank shot, I'm going to take the portafilter out. And I'm going to dry it up well with a tissue or a towel. Make sure you dry it before you grind, otherwise the grinds will stick and be messy. I'm going to use a scale here just to calibrate these buttons for you. So you want about 17 grams into this basket, the double basket. 17.5 maybe. Grind size at the moment is a grind size number 4, which is close to the coarsest. It goes from 1 to 18, I think. 1 is the coarsest, 18 is the finest. So I've adjusted the grinder. You don't need to make it finer. It's very fine as is. So keep it at number 4, especially as this machine comes with a dual wall baskets. These baskets are easy to use, so you don't have to change the grind size too much. And you don't even have to worry about the grinder mount, but I'm just going to do it just in case. Okay, so grind size number 4. I'm using the Aldi beans, which are very good for the money, I would say. And they're not stale, unlike the cold beans. Those are not very good. I'm going to set this at around maybe 11 o'clock position here, not the lowest amount, just 11 o'clock. And this is the grind size for the filter, so if you have a single filter or a double filter, you can put it on double if you're grinding a double basket, but I prefer to keep it on single and do it 2 times. I think that's a little bit neater, it doesn't create as much mess, so we'll do that. That's my first dose. I'm going to press and check. It's about 10 grams. It should be a little bit less, about 8.5. Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to put it on the least amount and see what that gives us. Okay, that's 17 grams. I'm happy with that. I'm going to flatten it a little bit with my palm. And then I'm going to get the tamper. And I'm going to make sure I tamp nice and firm. Apply even pressure all around. And then press. You don't want to put excessive force on here. Just enough force to compact everything down. And if you don't have a scale, you can just tamp and follow the line on this tamper. This is the depth you want to tamp to, approximately. So if you tamp it down and this silver cap disappears, then that's perfect. If you don't have a scale, for example, and you don't want to measure the beans every time. Clean the edges. So obviously make sure it's nice flat surface, clean, no gaps. Clean it up. And lock it in all the way to the right. Perfect. Now, if you wanted to grind manually, like you wanted to grind for a specific amount of time, just hold the button and it will grind for as long as you're holding the button. So instead of having the machine stop on its own, you can hold and stop. So this looks good. I've already calibrated the button for you to give you a double quantity, which is a 40 gram quantity, but we can try that again. I'm just going to add some sugar, because I like some sugar in my coffee. That's good. I'm going to reset my scale. Sorry, my video cut off. So yeah, I've reset my scale. And I'm going to make the coffee now. So I want to pay attention to two things, the pressure gauge and the flow of the coffee. And obviously the duration. So the pressure gauge, I want it to be around the top range here, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, perfect. And the flow should be nice and smooth, not too fast, not too slow. And you can also measure the timing to diagnose your coffee. Looks like it's flowing nice and smooth. Very nice looking. Usually towards the end it speeds up a little bit, which is understandable. I'm going to let it go until it stops on its own, because I think it should stop on the right time. Yep. So it stopped on the right time. This is a good coffee, I would say. It has good crema. And it's about 40 grams, which is good. You can change the length at any time. So you can reset the button settings by holding program. This will reset them to factory settings. You can also reprogram them. So if you want to reprogram them, you press program, then you press the button that you want to program. So if you want to reprogram the single button, you go program, single button, then the coffee will start to come out. Then you press the single button again to save the setting. That's how you program a button, and it will remember that same length every time. So that's my espresso, very nice. I'm going to do the milk frothing now. The milk frother will take 10-15 seconds, about 10-15 seconds. to turn on and warm up. The technique you want to use, you want to put the angle at you want to put the jug at an angle like this. Put the steam wand close to the surface of the jug. Sorry, close to the edge of the jug so that it's like spinning it in a vortex. And also the tip, keep it close to the surface so that it injects air into the milk as it spins it. Just like that. Turn it off, then turn it back on. You want to hear that hissing noise? Keep it spinning, keep the tip close to the surface so you can inject air into it. I'm going to hold this position for about 20 seconds. If you do it for too long, you might get a cappuccino froth, so very foamy. If you do it for 20 seconds, you're probably going to get a latte. So about there. And then now I'm going to raise the jug, I'm going to stop injecting air, and now I'm only spinning the milk. Mixing it up. And I'm going to stop it when I can't touch the jug for too long. So when I can't touch the jug for half a second, I'm going to stop it. It's right there. Now, take it out, purge. Very important to purge before letting the machine cool down. And after you turn it off, after 5 seconds, it'll cool down. It'll go back to coffee mode. Grab a wet towel and wipe it off straight away. You want to wipe it off straight away because the milk will stick there. It will be very hard to remove later on. So the sooner you clean it, the better. There we go, nice and clean. And before turning off the machine, of course, don't forget to remove the old coffee. So knock it out. If you don't have a knockbox, you will need a knockbox with this sort of machine. So I recommend you get a knockbox. I have a few if you're interested. Run a blank shot, so just pressing 2 cup just to rinse everything. So this will rinse your group head and also the handle. Very good, and just lock it in. That's all. That's a latte on the Breville Barista Express. Very easy. And I'm going to show you the result in a second. Here's my milk. I'm going to knock it down on the table just to break any air bubbles. Spin it around to mix it up a little bit. Knock. Spin. Do that a couple times until it's very smooth on the top side. My cat has started to recognize this knocking noise, meaning milk is coming. So every time I'm knocking, my cat jumps straight to me. Anyway, here's the milk. With some practice, you can easily do latte art on this machine. It's not very hard. I'm not much of an artist. I'm always more about the taste. But I've managed to do some latte art sometimes. Not today, though. here is the coffee. Looks really good, really creamy. I'm happy with it. It's closer to a cappuccino because of the amount of foam, but still it looks really good, and I'm sure it'll taste really good. Anyway, hope you enjoy the machine. Here it is. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to message me, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.